What's going on, everybody? Trevilson here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Wrench for our final new bourbons coming 2024, 2025 even. We're pushing it. We're at the end of the year. Some of these bottles are going to carry on over. We have another 8 new bourbons coming. Some very exciting news. Some special bottles announced. Kind of look forward to coming at the end of the year and into next year. So let's get right into it. We got a lot of new stuff, exciting stuff to talk about. Thank you guys for being along for this entire year of just new crazy whiskeys coming out. There was so much, so many bottles. Here's a more. All right, here we go. Starting the video off strong, baby. Wild Turkey Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, age stated 8 years, 101 proof. It looks like the Wild Turkey 70th, okay? Is they just gonna bring it, make it a standard thing? Is this the same thing? This remarkable 8-year-old Kentucky Straight Bourbon has been expertly crafted by the legendary father and son master distiller team, Jimmy and Eddie Russell. His bourbon's aged for 8 years in classic number 4 charred American oak. So, come on, 8-year 101. Like, what else could you need? The real kicker about this bottle is gonna be, how much does it cost? How available is it? How does it compare to the Wild Turkey 70th that they just did? Is it gonna be cheaper? Is it gonna be the same? What is it gonna be? That's, time will tell, but more turkey is good. Always good. All right, let's keep her going. Another bottle, always on the list, Barrell. This time, Barrell Seagrass, one of the best freaking rye whiskeys ever. It's a finished rye, might be the best. Now, they toasted it. Rye whiskey finished in Martinique rum, Madeira, and apricot brandy barrels. I don't know. I honestly, when you toast rye, I don't know what it is about it that I haven't really loved them. Like when I do a blind flight and there's a toasted rye in there, I can never guess that it's a toasted rye, but I also just am not blown away with it. But maybe with all of those other finishes, that bottle is super sweet, like summertime sweetness. And then toasting it, maybe it's gonna, I don't know what it's gonna do. So I'm excited to try it. Maybe that's a toasted rye I'm gonna like, because I just love Barrell. So keep an eye out for that one. That's very, very interesting. Toasted Seagrass. All right, keep it moving. Next bottle is exciting. Green River Single Barrel. Private Select. They're gonna be doing Kentucky Straight Wheated Bourbon single barrels. Someone asked me the other day, I guess they're already doing Green River picks, and they said it was really, really good. So seeing this means that they're bringing the wheated bourbon. You can do picks of them too. So, you know what that means? Bourbon Ranch needs a Green River pick. That's what we gotta make it happen. Green River, come on. What are we doing? The nerds want Green River. It'll be awesome to taste some of their wheated bourbon at cask strength too. So that's really cool. Hopefully I can get my hands on one of them, and hopefully we can get you guys some Bourbon Wrench pick of that 2025. So let's keep her going. Next bottle, the next Blood Oath has been announced. 2025. Looks like coming out February 2025. Pact 11. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in Añejo tequila barrels. What the heck? Now, I don't know. I have tried other bourbons that were finished in tequila barrels, and it's not, at least the ones I've tried, my brain immediately was like, that's going to be terrible. That's it. That's what I want my bourbon to taste like, is freaking tequila? No. But it doesn't taste like tequila. Just the way that it picks up the flavors. I mean, it definitely, you could tell it's finished, but it wasn't as glaring of a problem as my brain thought it was going to be. As a matter of fact, the Doc Swenson's finished in the tequila barrel was actually one of my favorites. So it's weird. You gotta give it a try. You gotta flip the switch in your brain that says, I don't know if that's gonna work. I think it's not as glaring. Maybe this one is gonna taste like straight tequila. I don't know. So If you guys are into Blood Oath, they're getting to the point now they're doing crazy finishes. Tequila. So there you go. Next Blood Oath, Pact 11 Añejo tequila barrels. We will see how that is. Next bottle. Speaking of finishes, holy crap. I don't know what to even think about this. Blue Note Special Reserve Cask Finished Series. Look at all of look at all the casks that are in this. I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't know if anyone's done this. Hold on, let's break this down. A 19-year-old Tennessee finished in cognac. You have a 5-year-old Kentucky finished in Madeira. A 12-year-old Tennessee finished in sherry. An 11-year-old Tennessee finished in port. A 4-year-old Kentucky in triple sec. What? 6-year-old Kentucky in Madeira. 4-year-old Kentucky in apricot brandy. 4-year-old Kentucky in Amontillado. I don't know what that is. 4-year-old Kentucky in vanilla cognac. And 6-year-old Kentucky in Vino de Naranja. I don't know what to really think. My problem is when you start finishing that much, at what point do you lose an identity of anything? I feel like it just turns into a muddied mess. You can't tell what's going on. Because at what point does the triple sec stop doing anything? And if what's it doing? What's the point then of adding that in? So I don't know. I think seeing this many finishes, let's tone it back. Like, why would you not just do just a port or a cognac and port? Or like, why do you have to add 10 different things? I don't know, but it's the thing. I've never tried a list like that, so maybe that's gonna be really good. We will see. All right, going to another awesome breakdown of some whiskeys. Bardstown Bourbon Company dropping another label. Go figure. The Distillery Reserve. So maybe you just get this at the distiller. Cathedral French Oak Barrel Finish. A blend of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys finished for 14 months in 300-year-old French oak barrels. Okay, let's just flex. Premium blended straight bourbon aged in exquisite 300-year-old French oak, originally harvested for the Notre Dame Cathedral. So, okay. It's a 375, 110.1. I'd imagine that you just get this at the distillery. And I cared 300-year-old wood that was supposed to be for Notre Dame. It's gonna be expensive, like really expensive, right? But then you look at the breakdown. Small batch explorations of cask finishes in blends. You have a 14-year-old Kentucky, 18-year-old Kentucky, 11-year-old Kentucky, 9-year-old Kentucky, and some 17-year-old Kentucky in this blend. And majority of the blend, too, is over 10. There's only 5% of that 9-year in there. 37% of that 18, 45 of the 14. Like, that's just a crazy breakdown of aged Kentucky bourbon. And then you throw it into some freaking 300-year-old French oak. I mean, at 300 years old, though, how much is that gonna play a part? Like, has it lost? Is it just completely dried out? Like, I don't even know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. That'll be interesting to see what goes on with that one, if you guys can get your hands on it. So let's move on. We have two more. We'll save the weird, like, what the heck's going on for last. The next one seems to be another distillery series, this time Woodford Reserve, coming out with a bottle called Chocolate Whisper Redux. Now I was like, okay, I like Woodford Reserve. I like special things they do. And then bam, look at that. 139.4 proof. Like, one of the highest, maybe the highest proof Woodford thing that I've seen. They typically, even their cask strength stuff's like 120. So it's not that high, that's crazy. And it seems to be at an unparalleled proof. This exquisite extended aged whiskey showcases the bourbon's opulent chocolate and espresso notes. So super chocolatey, super high proof, Woodford Reserve, sign me up. That sounds really freaking good. I want that. I need it. I bet that's gonna be crazy. Because to me, Woodford's already chocolatey, okay? So maybe it just, the chocolatey thing comes out even more. So I'm down. I want to try it. All right, let's move on to the last bottle. And I saved it for last because there's a lot to say about it. And we gotta read and then digest what we read because I still don't think it makes sense. So we're gonna try and figure this out together. Stitzel Reserve, aged 24 years, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, 45% alcohol. This is a limited edition special release, bottled exclusively for Stitzle-Weller Distillery. Okay, I was like, what is this? Okay, like, what exactly is going on here? Stitzel Reserve. And we go to the back of the bottle, and I don't know. I just don't know what to think, people. While none of the spirits at the Stitzle-Weller Distillery are ordinary, a few of them, over the years, have been downright extraordinary. And traditionally, those were the ones we held close to the chest. But great whiskey must be shared. Our first special release is limited to around 100 bottles from casks distilled by a historic Kentucky bourbon producer in 1999. Okay. Aged 24 years in American charred new oak casks, the spirit evokes cracked leather and saddle oil, okay, with a sweet touch of burnt sugar rounding out the profile. We've bottled this straight bourbon at cask strength, which is to say the whiskey leaves quite an impression. Although we recommend you to enjoy it with a splash of water, the aromatics blossom on the palate at a lower proof. We like to take a short, sweet sip of the unadulterated whiskey each time we crack the bottle, but how you enjoy it is up to you. Okay, not chill filtered. So, then down here we go. Another thing. Bottled by Five Keys Bottling Co., Bardstown, Kentucky. There's a lot to break down in this Stitzel Reserve. It seems kind of deceiving. Like, I don't know, like they're really trying to use the name Stitzle-Weller. They just want the Stitzel, they want that hype attached behind it. Because it really doesn't seem like where is this actually coming from? Because and then did it even, was it even at Stitzle-Weller? Because it says, for one, 100 bottles. Who's getting this? How much is this gonna be and who's gonna get that? No one's gonna get this. 100 bottles? Like, what are we doing? But then it says from casks distilled by a historic Kentucky bourbon producer in 1999. That's them hiding who they got that from. They're just saying, yeah, a historic Kentucky. Yeah, who? Where? It's like you want us to imply things without telling us. It's 24 years old, Kentucky bourbon. Like, I get that. You know, is this actually Stitzle-Weller, or is this just an old bourbon that you want attaching the name to it? I don't know. But then again, cask strength. So 45%, either that's a placeholder or it's actually going to be it's going to be cask strength at 45%. I've seen that. We've seen that. Older stuff at like, you know, whatever they went into the barrel at and then sat there for 20 years and it's like a 90 proof cask strength bourbon. It's maybe, but I don't know. It just seems weird to me that they're just not, I don't know, right? Am I right? Am I just not understanding this? But it really tries. They're really trying to get that Stitzle-Weller hype behind them. So we'll see. It's not like many of us or any of us are gonna get that bottle. So there we have it. Another 8 bottles of bourbon and rye coming to you guys. Some of them may already be out. Some of them are coming 2025. Thanks for being along for the ride of 2024. All of the crazy whiskeys that have come out. Hope you guys got at least a couple of them. Hope you guys are able to find some of these. Maybe you're one of the 100 people getting the Stitzel juice, you know? Who knows? Leave a like on the video, subscribe, comment, do all of that stuff. There will be more videos in 2024, but for the coming whiskey, new bottles coming out, I will be seeing you guys 2025, I'm sure, with a lot of new bourbons. And until next time, I'm Trev Wilson. I will see you guys in the next video.